Hi, my name is Mario. I'm from Melbourne and I'm a Scientologist. Well, when I was about 12 years old, my dad was having a lot of problems with alcoholism, and then I was having a bit of problems with my school and study and not really moving well and things like that. So he took me to Scientology to get a course or get something to help me study better and become brighter. I found out that every time I started using the course or the tools that I learned for study, I started becoming brighter, and it was very nice because I actually started being picked by my teacher to do assignments for a school level, and I actually got picked as the vice president of the school. Scientology has enabled me to find out who I really am. And that's funny because as I was going through life, I was kind of reflecting who I was on a lot of people. Like I was going, oh, maybe if I am like that person, maybe that will be cool. Or if I'm like that person, I will be more liked. And it was kind of like very sickening because I was trying to find out who I really was on other people, and it wasn't really healthy. And then as I started doing auditing or processing, which is basically when you go into counseling with a trained person from the church, I started finding out who I really was. And when I really found out who I really was, it just gave me so much confidence and certainty in just my life, because now I know who I really am, and I don't have to pretend, or I don't have to play who I might be or anything like that. So I'm just very comfortable with how I am and what I am. I've helped a lot of people with Scientology, and the funny thing is that I try to help people almost on a daily basis. If I go to an area and I see people are kind of down or kind of feeling blue for whatever reason, I try to encourage them and try to make them feel good about themselves. Because life is constantly throwing a lot of stuff at you, you know, like people are constantly telling you how you're not good and how whatever you've done is really bad. And sometimes I pick that up. I go into an area and I'm meeting someone new or someone I've already met before. And if I see that they're kind of down, or I notice that someone's kind of having a go at them, I try to make sure that they remember that they're really valuable and that they're really good as a being. The area that's improved the most would be really hard to say, because it really covers all of the areas of your life. It's really helped me on a personal level. It's helped me with my children. It's helped me with my wife. It's helped me with my work. It's helped me develop affinity for people I've never even met before. It's helped me with animals, loving animals more, and it's helped me take care of my environment better, and it's helped me be more spiritual myself. So that's kind of the direction that everything kind of goes to. I think the greatest success I've had as a Scientologist is realizing that my hopes and dreams, it's really who really I am. Not whatever I got told by society or by college, but that my dreams and my hopes and my imagination was the most important thing there was. My life has changed, I would say, quite a bit, because like I'd said before, when I started in Scientology I was quite shy, and I had all these mental phenomena going on all the time, and as I did more processing and all of that, all this noise from my mind just went away, because I started addressing it through processing. So I would say, that as a whole, just how I am right now to what I was before, it's the biggest success. Like I just kind of look forward to my future constantly. I'm not kind of stuck on my past. I'm always looking to get up in the morning, enjoying the sun, and enjoying life and music and art, and I just like it. it kind of really frees up your basic personality. It stops withholding you or holding yourself down as an individual, and then that's the real freedom there is, where you can just be you, and you're not holding yourself down because of what people might think or what you might yourself think about yourself, or you're holding yourself down for whatever reasons, and just really be you and do the things you really want to do. I reckon the best way for anybody to really learn about Scientology, because I've had a lot of friends, and they go on the internet and stuff like that, and I reckon the best thing would be to read a book, because some of these opinions on the internet are, like I read about them, I think they're just funny because I come here and there's nothing like that. And really the best way is that you grab a book and then you give it a chance. And once you've done that, then you can really make up your mind. But before that, you really couldn't judge it. Scientologists actually answer every question I've ever had. I remember I was a bit of a hard-headed person, and very stubborn, because I always wanted to know everything that there was to know. And I had looked in India and Japan and Middle East, and I traveled a bit, and I wanted to really know all the answers. And I could never really find all the answers. And then when I started reading all the books in Scientology, which are called the basics, which are basically the basic books of Scientology, you find out that all of the answers that you ever had were totally answered, which is very cool, because it just makes you have a nice new standpoint to life from this data, where you can just handle life more easily and be more relaxed about life. Scientology can help anybody who wants to help themselves. I guess that's the most important thing. If you don't really want to, if you're not a friend of yourself, then Scientology is not for you. Scientology is for people who like themselves and who wants to improve and be better in life. Scientology in this day of age is really important, because when you look around society, there's pornography on every website you kind of open up. There's criminality, there's prostitution, there's drugs. And when you really look around, there's a lot of domestics going on. Children are not happy. There's a lot of drugging of children in schools. And then you go, Jesus, am I just gonna let the world kind of go down that way and not do anything about it? And then, Scientology's got a lot of programs to try to revert a lot of these things that are happening in society to make it better. If I could only say one word about Scientology, I would say the truth. Like, it's just the truth. Someone really looked and found out what the truths of life were. And that, to me, is Scientology. Like, it's just someone that found out what really was there. Scientology, it's really the way for me. It's really been the only thing that's ever really handled any of my problems, even though I tried different things before. And if you reckon any of these data might help you, you should give it a go.
The word Scientology comes from the Latin Scio, which means knowing in the fullest meaning of the word, and the Greek word logos, which means study of. It means knowing how to know. Scientology is further defined as the study and handling of the spirit in relationship to itself, universes, and other life. What goes on in a Scientology church? Scientology churches are vibrant centres of activity. Each church of Scientology provides numerous religious services and materials through which individuals may pursue their studies of Scientology. The following offers a glimpse inside a church of Scientology. In the Public Information Centre, a series of multimedia presentations provide answers to fundamental questions about Scientology, the church's community activities, and social betterment programs. Visitors are welcome to explore at their own pace and learn for themselves about Dianetics, Scientology, and the church's outreach activities. Testing. Among the introductory services offered in every Scientology church is free testing. With the results, an individual can learn about themselves and areas in which they could improve. While in answer, the church provides an array of introductory courses to assist individuals to improve their lives and better conditions. Auditing, from the Latin audire, meaning to hear or listen, is the name given to a range of Scientology procedures intended to help people become aware of their spiritual nature and more able in life. Auditing can be ministered to a group, such as at a Scientology Sunday service, or to an individual on a one-to-one basis. A person can also minister certain auditing to himself. All Scientology churches have rooms designated for auditing. How do Scientologists view life? As a game in which everyone can win and no one need lose. Scientologists are optimistic about life and believe there is hope for a saner world and better civilization, and are actively doing all they can to achieve this. In what way does Scientology differ from other religions? While Scientology shares much in common with other religions, as regards basic religious concepts and a mandate to improve society, the most valuable asset Scientology offers is an actual technology for achieving greater spiritual awareness. Moreover, while many religions promise salvation in the hereafter, Scientology offers certainty of eternal salvation now. Then too, Scientology makes it possible for any religion to attain its goals, and is therefore a religion of religions. Can Scientology do anything to improve the world situation? Yes, and it does so every single day, by making the able individual in society more able and more certain of his spirituality and abilities, by helping people through its religious and social reform programs, by countering drug abuse, criminality, and illiteracy, while simultaneously promoting morality and human rights. By all this and more, the Church of Scientology is indeed improving the world situation.
What causes people to withdraw from life? Leave a good job we used to enjoy.
Frank, please reconsider. Please.
Or give up on the passions that used to mean so much to us. And why, in these circumstances, do we feel a loss of integrity and self-respect? Well, these things don't just happen.
I quit!
In Scientology, it was discovered that there's an actual mechanism which causes people to withdraw from others, or their careers, their groups, and even their dreams. You see, it was discovered in Scientology that man is basically good. His basic intentions toward himself and others are good ones. And all of us are trying to survive as best we can. So whenever people get together and function as groups, they make agreements regarding proper conduct.
Give me the keys. Oh, dude, I'm cool. Nah, give me the keys.
What's right, wrong, moral, and immoral. These codes of conduct, these moral codes, are put there to guarantee the survival of the group.
Good job, man. Thank you for that.
It doesn't matter whether it's a group of two people forming a partnership,
It looks like you've got a deal. Excellent.
or the group that comprises the company where you work,
Jack made the sale, and Jack deserves the commission.
or the family you live with.
Hey, bud.
How's the game going?
Finish your homework?
No.
As small as a friendship, or as large as a nation, all groups develop their own moral code that their members agree to,
Well, thank you so much.
regardless if those are written down or not.
So do you need help crossing the street?
These morals assist in the smooth running and harmony of the group or society.
Thank you so much.
The problems begin when a person then violates those agreements.
All right, great. Thanks. See ya.
When someone commits a harmful act that's contrary to a moral code they've agreed to. This is what's called an overt act.
The red light keeps coming on.
An overt is either something you did that you shouldn't have done,
Oh boy, it's not looking good. I think you'll need a engine rebuild.
or something you didn't do that you should have done, according to a moral code. Whether it's intentional or unintentional. It's that thing which you have done that you wouldn't want to have happen to you. And these destructive acts don't have to be large. They can be as simple as showing up late.
You're late again.
Or not doing a professional job.
Now we hurt our own teammates, Greg. Is this a soccer game or what? Go to the locker room.
Damaging equipment. Or hiding things from the boss. You don't have to be engaged in an outright destruction of the group to be committing harmful acts. Now, when a person commits an overt against someone, they often feel they can't tell them about it for fear of the consequences. So, they withhold it.
I hope you're being gentle with those crystal glasses. They belong to my grandmother, you know.
Absolutely, ma'am. Packing them safe and sound.
A withhold is an overt act that a person has committed that he or she isn't talking about. But by withholding the overt, something interesting occurs.
Good morning, Beverly.
Good morning.
They fall out of communication with the person or things they've harmed to some degree.
Hey Mo, you want to go inside and give her the paperwork and close up the truck?
No, you gotta do it. Had enough for her today.
Now, once a person commits an overt act and then withholds it, they're driven to another mechanism, whereby they try to lessen the overt by justifying it.
Hey, Mo, it's Mrs. Smith. Did you break one of her crystal glasses?
That glass was sold, probably already cracked.
Justification is the attempt to explain why an overt isn't really an overt.
She said that thing was really valuable.
What? She's crazy. Besides, she had tons of them. They were all dusty and never been used. I mean, what is the big deal?
This is usually done by finding fault with the person or thing that was harmed.
Oh, hi.
You know, I just don't trust him. Don't you think he's up to no good? Don't you think it's strange how he's always just acting so nice?
One makes less of them to make less of the overt.
Frank, you can't leave. You're a great teacher. The kids love you.
These kids don't love me or any other teacher, Bill. We're kidding ourselves. They don't want to learn. None of them want to learn. They're impossible. I just can't do it anymore.
If you hear someone being really critical of another, you're probably looking at someone who has committed an overt on that person.
Mo, aren't you going into work today?
Some crazy old bat says I broke her grandmother's glass. And instead of backing me up, that idiot Charlie sides with her and says I gotta pay for it. I can't work with these stupid people anymore.
And eventually this, to them,
Hi, Charlie.
will justify their departure.
It's Charlie. He wants to know if you're coming in today.
Tell him I quit!
You see, man is basically good to such an extent that when he realizes he's being dangerous and harming people or things, he seeks to minimize his own power. He wants to restrain himself from hurting someone or something any further, so he leaves. That's why a person who has overts and withholds falls out of communication with people and withdraws from areas he used to be active in. This also explains why many relationships disintegrate.
Babe, we're short on the mortgage again. Have you been gambling again?
Hey, I work to provide for this family. I put a roof over our heads, food on the table, and clothes on your back, don't I? So why are you always on my back?
When a person has built up enough overts and withholds against his spouse, he'll become critical of her.
The way you're always nagging me and going on and on and on, that's why I leave. That's why I get out of the house to get the hell away from you.
And once he's made himself into a victim, he'll feel justified to leave.
Come on, you don't need to do this. We'll figure it out. I know we can figure it out.
You don't have anything to figure out anymore.
Until now, there has been no escape from this vicious mechanism. But regret about the past doesn't have to continue to pull you away from involvement in the present. Scientology contains a precise technology that enables you to rid yourself of the effects of past misdeeds, alleviating the misery caused by those transgressions. With these tools, you can help yourself and those around you feel part of a group again.
Good job.
Handling overts and withholds with Scientology restores your self-respect.
I apologize.
And enables you to regain the trust and friendship of others. And to start living your life freely again. And that is the key to lasting happiness.